So a true Firestick alternative has to have three main things. Firstly, it must be globally available. So unfortunately, boxes like the On 4K Pro or the On Streaming Stick, as they are primarily only available in the United States, we can't say that device is a true Firestick replacement. Secondly, the box has to be competitively priced. So boxes costing $100 or $200, you can't really compare them to a well-priced Firestick. And the last one is you have to have the ability to sideload your favorite third-party applications. So again, devices like the Roku or the Apple 4K, great devices as they are, you can't really call them true Firestick competitors or Firestick alternatives. So what do you have? Well, over the last few days, I've now plugged in this box, which is the Mi Box 3rd generation Xiaomi TV Box X. This has the exact same CPU as the newer On 4K Plus. As you know, that has some amazing benchmarks, faster than the On 4K Pro, faster than the Google Streamer 4K. But this box, unlike the On 4K Plus, actually comes with 32 gigs of storage, whereas the On 4K Plus only has 16. So let me now not waste any more of your time and let me answer those key questions about this new box. Can you sideload your favorite third-party applications? Can you use XFAP? Can you use custom launchers? How much storage can you actually use? How fast is the Wi-Fi? Can you use Ethernet? And questions like that. So grab your favorite drink, get some popcorn, and let's jump straight into it. And let's start with the basics. Can you actually sideload on this new box, and how do you do that? Well, actually, before I answer that, I do have to say the remote control looks like this, and although it's very functional, the fact they've got the Xiaomi TV button here instead of the back button means normally where I go to press back, I keep launching this app instead. So it is a bit annoying. You've got the back button directly in the middle. But with that out of the way, all you need to do to sideload or to unlock this device or to jailbreak it is to open up the Play Store. You now download Downloader, which is a great application. You then start Downloader. You then go to any website or any place where you can download an application. In my case, I'll use the TechDoctorUK website, which is just 53402, and let's click on go. And just while waiting, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do double check, because YouTube is telling me that more than 75% of you are watching my content, but you haven't actually subscribed. So it takes you a few seconds. It doesn't cost you anything. It really helps support the channel. If you are looking for the best tips and tricks for your Fire Sticks, Android TVs, Apple TV, Roku devices, really just how to get the best from all streaming devices, please make sure you are subscribed with all notifications. Thank you. Okay, so we can now go to the hamburger menu. Let's click on that and let's click on downloads. Really what we're doing here is we're trying to download any application from the internet. As soon as we do that, we should then see a prompt asking us to enable the installation of applications from unknown sources. So for a quick test, let's just install set orientation. Let's click on that. Click on the green download button. I'm hoping when I do this, we should then see a prompt. There we are. So for your security, you cannot install applications on this box unless you go to the settings. Let's go there now. And all you have to do here is you have to just enable Downloader. And this is basically means that you can now download applications through Downloader and install them. Of course, if you have other application stores like this one here, you can also turn that on. And again, this means you can now download applications and install it. So that's really the first and most demanding question. Can you actually sideload on this new Mi Box 3rd generation? Let's look at the device specifics. So let's go into the settings. So out of the box, without me installing too many applications, if I go into system, I go into storage, we can see that my device has 28 gigs of usable storage. So ample space, more than enough for all of your streaming applications, even games, utilities. 32 gigs is more than enough. Let's go back. Let's go into About. And we can just confirm on this new box, it comes with Android 14 shipped. It is a fully certified box, which means you will get your Netflix in 4K, your Disney Plus in 4K. It has those full certifications allowing you to watch DRM content. And we can see that the patch level is 1st of January 2025, so fairly recent. Let's go back. Now, one thing I will say that I have noticed that just navigating around, clicking on things, the box does seem to be very snappy. And this does echo what Elias said in his benchmarks, that this box is actually very, very capable because it has the newer system on chip. But definitely just clicking on things, moving around, The box is very, very responsive. Here we can see exactly what we have in terms of RAM, in terms of storage. We can see the CPU that's being used. It is 4 cores. It has those clock speeds there, and we can see that the scaling governor is set to performance. Now, do recall in some of the on boxes, I think it was set to something else, which did actually hamper the performance. But here we can see set to performance. Here we can see in terms of codecs, we can see it supports Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, also HDR10. Now, before we continue, let me just quickly share this QR code that if you are looking for a fantastic offer for a ridiculously fast VPN, stay safe online, change your IP address, access geo-locked content, protect your privacy, you definitely want to go ahead and scan this QR code for a superb discount. Next up, does this box support custom launchers? And the quick answer to that is yes. You can open up the Play Store, search for your favorite custom launcher like Project Ivy, like F Launcher, open them up, literally in a couple of clicks. You'll then be using a custom launcher. You can give it the correct permissions, give it notification access as required. You can now see you're inside a custom launcher, no more Google sponsored content, no more recommended movies, applications, and you can go ahead and use this. Now, if I turn on the accessibility settings, let's enable that now. Let's turn that on. What you see down the list. Let's turn that on. Let's click on OK. That's now done. And what that basically means is if I now start an application, like let's start the Play Store. We're inside the Play Store. And now when I press the home button, 3, 2, 1, I should then be taken once again to a custom launcher. So super easy to use. No need to faff around typing in ADB commands or anything else. Using custom launchers on this device is super easy. Let's go back. Next up, how do you enable AI upscaling, which is a part of this particular system on chip? Now, both this device and also the ON 4K Plus have this feature built in, but unfortunately on the ON 4K devices, you have to use a third-party launcher to access or enable that feature. Now, even using this feature might not be for everybody because maybe people don't want to upscale their lower quality or low bitrate content, but for the people that do want it, on this device, it's super easy. I can just go over to the settings, go to display and sound, and you can see here we've got this option AI SR. So this is your artificial intelligence super resolution. So if you want to use it on this device, you can just turn it on. And what this basically now means, if I look at some low quality content, I can now change the quality of this broadcast. Let's change it down into something a bit lower. Let's do 480p. So even though this is actually 480p now, because of the AI upscaling, it should look a bit better. I mean, it's very hard to tell when you're watching it through YouTube, plus I'm capturing this through a capture card. So it looks okay, but I can't say for sure the AI upscaling is actually doing anything. I think Triple M did some good comparisons on his channel, so do check him out if you want to see how good this feature actually works. But at least we know with this device, it's super easy to turn on. Next up, how fast is the Wi-Fi speed on this box? Well, I've shared the specs on the screen. It does support Wi-Fi 6. Now in my house, I am maybe 2 floors away from the router or router. Let's see what kind of speeds I get on this device. Okay, so we can see we get around about 235 or so meg downstream, which is good enough speed. I mean, on other devices, I have seen speeds of up to 350 meg, so it's not the fastest speed I've seen, and certainly not the slowest. Let's do that one more time. Just see if we do consistently get around about the 230 mark. Okay, so again, we can see we're easily pushing over 200 meg. And we can see the speed is more than enough even for 8K streaming. So again, fairly consistent. Now, this device does come with the USB to USB-A port, which means in theory, I can plug in a gigabit adapter. And because the theoretical maximum speed for USB 2 is 480 megabits, I should be able to get much faster speed. So do leave me a comment below if you want me to test that. So that's the Wi-Fi speed. Let's back out of that. Next up, does this device support exFAT over USB? And again, the answer to that is yes. So what this basically means is you don't have that 4 gigabyte limit of FAT32 formatted drive. So this means you can, if you have very high quality, high bitrate movies, which may be 5, 10, 20 gig in size or even more, you can now plug in a hard drive directly into the Mi Box 3rd generation and access all of that content. Here we can see on my device, I have plugged in a small flash drive, which is formatted as exFAT. We can see we've got the internal storage and we have this 32 gig exFAT formatted drive. So this is the native player built into this device. We can see the exFAT films is there. I can click on that. I can go into movies, which has all of the movies I've previously purchased. Here we have this one here. Let's click on that. And then you can just see it, guys. So this is a 5.3 gig file, which means, again, this drive can't be FAT32 because that has a 4 gig limit. So I can click on that. So we're now streaming a 5.3 gig movie. Works very quick. I can forward that a bit. That's working great. So exFAT is fully supported on the Mi Box 3rd generation. Let's go back. Now, talking of apps for my UK followers, can you use UK applications on this device? Well, I was pleasantly surprised that out of the box, without me doing any kind of tweaking, these 3 applications, which is ITVX, Channel 4 and Channel 5, all work without any issue whatsoever. So you can open up any of these once you've created your free account, and you can access all of the content in here. So the short answer is yes, but unfortunately BBC iPlayer didn't come up in the Play Store, but you can easily sideload a special version which will work on all of these devices. Really, any certified device can use that version of BBC iPlayer, but definitely these ones worked out of the box. So UK apps, no problem on this device. Next up, can you use the TDUK applications like the TDUK App Killer or Cache Cleaner or DNS Switcher on this device? Fortunately, you can. So unlike the Amazon devices, where Amazon blocked local ADB, which basically broke all of my applications, I had to remove them from the App Store. Fortunately, on this device and any Android TV device, my applications still work absolutely fine. So I can now, for example, open up the TDUK App Killer, which is the best way to stop all your background applications with one click. Open that up. I can click on Connect. Let's click on Allow. I'm now connected. I can do a quick count to see how many applications are running in the background on my device, taking up valuable CPU resources, taking up valuable memory resources. I can tell you on this device, we have 10 applications running in the background. You can also confirm that by installing the background apps in process list. I can now click on force stop all apps. And we can see now there's 10 applications. 9 of them have been killed because the application is not going to kill itself. You can also set up a whitelist, which means these applications will never be force stopped or never be terminated. People, for example, would add their custom launcher. Maybe you add in your VPN client, maybe a virtual mouse, the apps that you don't want to ever force stop, but everything else will be force stopped with one click. If you want to use this application or any of my applications, you can get them directly from the Google Play Store. Just search for TDUK. Okay, that's working great. Let's back out of that. Next up, can you stream very large movies, third-party movies using Real-to-Brid or another service? How does this box handle that? Let me activate my VPN first. Okay, VPN activated. Let's go back. Okay, we can see this particular content has got more than, well, still counting, but more than 190 links because I'm using RD. Really, in the year 2025, if you're not using RD or another Debrid service, you are seriously missing out, because to get the most links, the best quality, the best audio, zero buffering, you have to be using RD. And if you don't know what RD is, leave me a comment below. Okay, so here's just a random 20 gig stream. Let's open that up. Actually, let me see if I can time that. So let's start that now. So 3, 2, 1, go. Give that a second, and we are more or less into that content straight away. Let's forward that a bit. You can see, guys, that's just responding super quickly. So let's do that again. So forward. Yep, so streaming very large movies through your favorite streaming application works absolutely fine on the Mi Box 3rd generation. Let's go back. Okay, so wrapping this up, what are my closing thoughts on this 3rd generation Mi Box? I still actually have more questions to answer, so I probably will be doing a follow-up video to this. But for now, I would say that it is definitely an impressive box for that price point of around about £45 that I paid to have this box delivered to me. It really does tick a lot of boxes. So very fast CPU, 32 gigs of storage. I know it's only got 2 gigs RAM, but generally for most streaming applications, I think that's more than enough. Of course, if you are going to be using the K application with 10 custom skins, with loads of custom builds, maybe you might struggle with 2 gig, but generally for most applications, I think 2 gig is sufficient. On top of that, you've got the ability to easily expand the storage with that full-size USB-A port. It's a fully certified box, so all of your updates, all of your certifications for Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, HDR, all of them are included. It does sound very, very positive. Now, on the negative side, I told you about the remote control. It doesn't seem to be as sort of, feature rich as maybe the Firestick one or even the On one, because I don't like the back button here, and there's no other buttons you can actually use to customize on this. Also, the Wi-Fi speeds weren't amazing, so I was hoping at least 300 meg, but still 220 is more than enough for all of your streaming applications, but it would have been nice to get faster speeds. But overall, guys, if you can't get the on device in your area and you are looking for a Firestick alternative, which will give you all of the things I mentioned, including custom launchers, no more forced content from Amazon, I do think at this price point, this box is definitely worthwhile checking out. So do have a look in the video description and pinned comment on how you can purchase this from AliExpress. Do leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Also leave me other questions I can do for a follow-up video. Really appreciate your support. Do like and share this video, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.